Kusangana kwatikuita zvekare pano paZerare 263 panopa ndokuzivisai manews updates ezvinhu zviri kuitika munyika yedu yeZimbabwe. Kana uchiri munyowani pathis YouTube channel, kusubscribe mahara wetena on the notification bell so that pandinoramba ndichidzoka neamwe manews updates uchange uchingozvionera panapo uchange uchiona manews updates ezvinhu zviri kuitika munyika yedu yeZimbabwe. Saka ndikuti subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Vadikani sekuziva kwamunozvita manews updates panapa tinoona kuti kamabataniza chinge chiitira kuti muwane manews updates ezvinhu zviri kuitika munyika yedu yeZimbabwe. Asi muzuva ranhasi ndauya nayo tisina kuibatanidza update iyi iri kuenderana neTrabablas interchange iyo yakabva kuvhurwa manje paimbonzi pambudzi roundabout ndo pakunzi paTrabablas interchange. After papiwa zita rekuti Trabablas interchange, Apostle Chiwenga vabva vabudikira mastreets esocial media vachikomenda nyaya yeTrabablas interchange. Vatikando kumborota zvadofuka comment section after wapedza kuona video rava Apostle Chiwenga vachitaura mashoko avanga vachitaura pamusoro peTrabablas interchange. Let's like this video, let's share this video kune hama neshamwari vanzwe mashoko ataurwa nava Apostle Chiwenga pamusoro peTrabablas interchange. Ende vataura mashoko akawanda apa kuti video rinoiri ritenderere mumastreets esocial media. Vadikani ndokutendai zvikuru nekuona kwamuri kuita mavideos epanapa paZerare 263 nguva nenguva. Wasubscribe here, walike this video here, washare this video kune hama neshamwari here. Zvanda kuita munguva inoida kusei muchiona video, wapedza kuona video tazvaonofuka comment section ine handisi pakuwedzeredza kana pakutapudza, iye nyakutaura ndakuisa video rake. Much love.
Concerning the Trabablas interchange, someone was saying we must appreciate the efforts of the government. If that interchange was built by a proper construction company, it was going to be a true and a proper construction work. That interchange is construction junk. If you think I am lying, hire an experienced civil works engineer and take him to that interchange and ask him of his opinion. Those who are celebrating that interchange are our unexposed citizens, our brothers and sisters who have never crossed the border of our country and entered into a developed country. The government of Zimbabwe solicited for services from a construction company in South Africa to design that interchange. Go to South Africa if you want to see a true interchange. The road at that interchange has already developed depressions because the soil under that bitumen was not compacted professionally. And so the heavy trucks, because of their loads, they are overpowering the construction work on the road. If you are celebrating that interchange, you probably should not vote because you don't have an idea of what development is all about. Again, kana uri celebrate interchange yaya hazvina kuchenjera kuti uvote iwewe. Hauna idea kuti chinonzi kuvaka nyika chi. Hausati wamboona panovakwa road, hausati wamboona panogadzirwa roundabout, hausati wamboona panogadzirwa interchange. Hauna idea. The true cost of that interchange, from the quotations that our government got from South African expert companies, according to what my brother Wopo Chingono released and published, it was supposed to be 42 million US dollars. But what our government is going to pay is about $172 million, 4 times the actual cost of that interchange. What it means is that interchange was not a construction project. It was a looting scheme. The people who are going to pay that 172 million plus are you and me through the taxes we pay to the government. Part of the money was paid through IMF, through their drawing rights, and part of the money was approved by Treasury through Parliament. They say it's 88 million. It's a lie. It's 88 million times 2, which is around 176 million actually. One project received funding from 2 sources. And we should have built 4 interchanges with the cost of this junk interchange. What I'm praying for right now is that when it falls, no life will be lost. When it collapses, that's what I'm praying for. Ndikunyengetera kuti pachichadona, pachadona magweshe aya, parege kuwana anofa. To show you that the government of Zimbabwe doesn't care about citizens, they simply wanted to do something to find publicity on TV. There is no pedestrian crossing from that side of the road to that side of the road, from this side of the road to that side of the road. People are skipping the road, and before we know it, someone will be knocked off by a car at that interchange. How do you make an interchange when there is no proper road? What was supposed to be the first thing? The Mashingo Highway needs a new road, not refurbishment. There's no road from Betty Bridge to Harare. That is a junk road once again. And we say this because we are not dandaheads. We speak with people from different countries. Some of us, we receive phone calls from politicians from African countries, Arab countries. Arab countries. I have somebody whom I talk to from the Arab countries. We know what is involved, and we know what needs to be done. Yes, and when we say this, don't look down upon us and say we are only there to criticize. No. We actually know what needs to be done. Yeah. Don't give us a dandahead and expect us to clap hands for him. We told you there's nothing good that will come out from Mr. Mnangagwa's administration. He is a cursed man. Whatever he touches, it dies. He has killed too many people. We said it. We stick to that narrative to this day. All right. And we have the capacity to lead, by the way. We have the capacity to do the right things. We can lead a nation. It's possible. There is nothing that Mr. Mnangagwa has that makes him more capable of being a president that I don't have. I'm actually 4 or 7 times better than him. Number 1, the Harare-Beit Bridge Road, it needs at least 3 lanes on this direction and 3 lanes on that direction. It is Zimbabwe's busiest road, not only in terms of volumes of traffic, but in terms of business earnings. That's where we import most products from South Africa through. It makes sense to invest more money because it brings more money to Zimbabwe, that road. The road from Chitungwiza to that interchange is full of potholes. How do you create an interchange for a road mad with potholes? Inoshika ere motikari roundabout kana yabva kwakazara mapotholes. It doesn't. The third thing is, if you look at that interchange, the off-ramping roads are one vehicle lanes. Yes, they have one vehicle lanes. Look at that one. Look at the other one. It shouldn't be a one vehicle lane road. There has to be more than one lane. Because this is a major highway. The cars that are off-ramping from Harare to Glenora, they need more than one lane. The cars that are going from Chitungiza to the highway, they need more than one lane. Most of those off-ramping lanes, they are one-lane roads. Except maybe for that one. This is a junk road. They should have put 4 lanes on this direction, 4 lanes on that direction. And then they stay like that maybe for 60 km. Then they shrink to 3 lanes as the road goes forward to Beit Bridge. And we are not just talking about the number of lanes. We are talking about the quality of the construction. It is not good enough. Look at them, they are watering the grass with water cannons. Why couldn't they implement and install a sprinkler valves, sprinkler water systems? Look at it. It already has depressions because of heavy trucks. So don't tell us to be grateful, because we are not Mnangagwa's children. And he didn't build this interchange with his pocket money. Mnangagwa is not a sponsor to the Zimbabwean government. He is a civil servant. This interchange was built by our money. We don't owe Mnangagwa any thank you. Instead, he should apologize for being in a party that was governing for the past 45 years. And yet we are made to celebrate an interchange which was introduced more than 200 years ago. Interchanges are more than 200 years old. Zimbabwe is the first interchange in 2025. You say, we must be grateful. Grateful to whom? The government's job is to utilize public funds responsibly. And they are getting paid for that job. They don't deserve any thank you from us. But when we are not happy, we are required and we are allowed to complain. Waste of money and deception masked as investment and infrastructure development. Very sad. If this road give us back the road, if Mr. Mnangagwa wanted to build a good road, what you should have seen there are traffic lights. Not traffic lights, flood lights. People are going to go into an accident because there are sharp curves at the interchange. There must be lights all over. And those lights must be up from dusk to dawn. There is not even one light that we can see there. Where are the lights? There are no lights. How do you expect motorists to navigate these caves, these winding caves, in the absence of street lights? There's no wisdom in these people. Look at it. The people the pedestrians who want to walk from this side to that side, what do they use? Kungo jamba road, chitarisa motikari jamba, koka rohwa nemota. There are too many roads. It's difficult for a pedestrian to check all the angles from where traffic could come. This is a death trap for pedestrians. A decent project management company should have considered what I'm talking about. The people who supervised this project must be in jail. They are criminals. So we will not celebrate mediocrity. We can't say he has done something, he is improving, he is getting better, he is doing this, he is doing that. No. We know proper interchanges. We are not people who are not exposed. Mr. Mnangagwa did not consider development. He did not consider expansion. Harare has more volumes of cars because of importation of used cars. This interchange has no capacity to allow the passage, the free flowing and the free passage of cars to mitigate traffic jam. This interchange must be in a small road, not on the busiest road in Zimbabwe. It's too small for the volumes of traffic in our country. This, what I'm discussing, is what proper project managers consider before they tender for such a big project. They draw the plan, actually they draft what they want, and then they invite competitive project managers, and they say, give us a road like this, and the project managers are the ones who find engineers. Right now, we could be suing the project managers for letting us down. This interchange must be somewhere, probably along Enterprise Road or along Shamva Road, not along the Harare Bait Bridge Road. It's too busy for this kind of interchange. It doesn't allow for growth. Such infrastructure projects like this must consider growth at least for the next 50 years. It didn't. So we are not happy that our money was stolen once again. And something that looks like development has been constructed, which to us is posing a danger to our pedestrians. There must have been pedestrian footbridges constructed on all the 4 directions, so that those who are crossing, they don't have to have contact with the roads. Either they make it a tunnel or they put it overhead, like what happens in other countries. This is junk. It is rubbish, and we condemn it. We of the true church do not see the Trabablas interchange as a project that marks development. It was a looting mechanism. Money was looted that could have been used to build a proper interchange. Those who were managing and operating the construction companies, they are the ones who are smiling right now. The people of Zimbabwe must mourn. There's nothing to celebrate. This is a crime scene. It is not a project of development. The Trabablas interchange is a crime scene. We must see people in handcuffs going to court from the Trabablas interchange. We are praying for God to raise leaders who are like us, who love to see proper development, who know where to find competitive, expert men and women who are experienced, who have the knowledge and the technical know-how and the resources to do the job in the proper way. Zimbabwe has no construction company to construct such a competitive interchange. We are way behind that. We needed to hire a competitive company and then ask them to work with our local companies so that they can get experience. These companies are not experienced because they were not formed to build proper things. They are money looting mechanisms. This is what Apostle Chwenga thinks and feels about the Trabablas interchange. It's a crime scene. I hope it is very clear, Pastor Rengwe.
Yes, am I?
Yes. Kukauya vanhu vakanyika zvakanaka vanotibvunza isusu. Tinovaudza kuti nyika inovakwa sei. We know how to do it. We know also what we don't know. And we know where to find the right people.
Yes.
Ukanga uchiziva kuti handigone chakati unenge wakachenjera nekuti unotsvaga vanochigona.
Yes.
Kwete kufamba uchinyepa kuti local companies constructed this marvel. There's no marvel at this construction junk. Yes.
Ndachingobatikana nenyaya pamatsanangura nyaya yepedestrian crossing.
Yes.
Kuti hapana pekuti isu vanofamba netsoka towane pekupfuura napo. And uye tikatarisa nharaunda iripo iri panzvimbo pacho vazhinji vanhu vanofamba netsoka ipapo, saka paifanira kutenge paine pekufamba napo.
Yeah, think about it. When it is dark, what do pedestrians do? A combination of absence of lights and absence of pedestrian crossing. It's a death scare. It's a death trap. Pastor Baloy. Kukadoka mota dzine malights. Vanhu vanetsoka vari kubva kuglenora vari kuda kuenda kuside uku havana malights. Zvofamba sei?
Yeah, it's a disaster. It's a disaster, but I think the most important thing is to have people who know or who have an exposure of how these things should be done. Before you celebrate, you have to know and to have knowledge of where other places, where other nations have actually built such things. And also, importantly, the cost that is involved, because you can celebrate something that was expensive, more expensive, too expensive than it ought to be. So, yes, I know if you have a combination of lack of exposure and you do not have an idea of how these things must be done, in your simplicity, you are bound to celebrate because you have never seen it anyway. It's something that is new in your life. You haven't been exposed to know how these things must be done. So it's very sad, and also I think very, very important to take lessons, because if you don't learn, you will never grow, you will never develop. You have to learn.
You have to learn. You can't wake up one day, suddenly you know how to build interchanges. Which interchanges did you build before? Unovunza vamwe ka? Kushona tine tsume noti kugara naka kona dzevamwe. Why couldn't they invite a competent company to build one at least? Put your engineers together and pay them to gain experience and exposure. So, I wanted this to be clear that the people like Nick Mangwana should not talk with all that insolence and that entitledness. Mr. Mnangagwa is doing nobody a favor by building anything. It's not his money. He owes us an explanation. Why did he inflate the figures of the cost of that project? We don't owe him anything.